Hello, digital design students. I hope you're having a wonderful spring break, and I just wanted to come at you with a little bit of encouragement for the April Fool's poster. So, everything had been going so well in digital illustration until teacher said, "Okay, guys, do this assignment over your spring break." Well, I just want to reassure you guys, this is really meant to be a sprint. And I want to show you how fast it can be done and still meet the requirements of the assignment. So first of all, we're not using the Riso machine. We're just using the regular printer. We're printing on 11 by 17, and um, yeah, the requirements also are to use a magazine or found images, use drawings or scanned textures, and use custom digital graphics or typography. So let me get you there, okay? And first of all, I have put um, templates into the OneDrive, and if you look at the announcements, you'll see that there is a link to these templates there. All right, and you have a choice of using either a Photoshop or an Illustrator document. Today I'm going to just show you how fast you can do it using Photoshop, and I chose Photoshop because I'm faster using Photoshop than I am with Illustrator. So first of all, you'll see in the template I have a couple of things here. I have the header, and you'll see in the spirit of April Fools, I changed the name to McNerney County College. I bet no one will ever even see that or read that. It just sounded kind of silly to me, McNerney. And I have the small print footer. This is literally 6-point small print Helvetica. This may or may not be an April Fool's joke designed by GRA 125 students. And I'm specifically saying it's designed by you guys, so if anyone gets it in trouble, it'll be you. And I'll keep my job. Okay, so full disclosure, I spent a little time beforehand getting my files together, and let me tell you what I did. I lost my text. Where'd my text go? File, open recent, toothbrushing text. File, save as. Oh, it is in there. Okay, don't make fun of me for doing that. Close. There it is, silly. Okay, so here's the text I have. And how did I do this? I just told ChatGPT what I wanted it to do. ChatGPT came out with something stupid, and I fixed it. But I did that because, like, again, I want to do this really fast. And this is a demo. I also made sure that I have my dog excited about the project, and I have loaded my files that I want to use here, and so I got a toothbrush and a dot pattern from Adobe, my Adobe stock account. You can get whatever you want from the internet. Um, I really encourage you to do royalty-free things just to get in the practice of not just stealing copyrighted stuff, which can someday get you in trouble. And the last requirement in the assignment is to, let's go back to assignments. Probably could have hit my back tool, my back key. And the last part of the assignment is custom digital graphics or typography, and that's what we're going to just, use, or we're just going to type stuff in. All right, so here is how fast we can do this. I'm going to go from the background to the top. So all I need to do is take my JPEG from my folder, drag drop. There's my dot pattern, and now I'm going to transform that. If I hold the shift key, it's going to keep it at a nice straight angle. And now let's zoom out. Select that. I'm just going to increase it to the full size of the page. I just want to cover the page. I don't care if it's the exact size, but I do want my dots to be circles, so I'm not going to squish my text at all. All right, now I don't want it to be black. So the way I make this change, and you might have people find other people do it differently, but I simply, oops, let me show you something. This is a smart object, and it won't transfer too well unless I rasterize it first. So I'm taking it from being very heavily controlled to being just a raster image. So I select the black, and then I Shift Command I, and that selects everything that's not black. And then I Command X, and that just gets rid of that background. Now what I can do is I can I'm going to lock in everything that's an image on this, which means all these black dots are now selected. I'm going to change the color on those black dots. Let's do a nice McHenry yellow. Oops, you're not seeing that. You know what? Dude, I can do this even smarter. Eyedropper the gold from the logo, and then I'm going to, since this lock is selected and I'm only going to color the images that exist and not the transparent background, all I have to do is on the keyboard I hit Option Delete. Nope. Command Delete. No, what the heck? Yeah, that's right. But it's something went wrong. Hold on. Option Delete. There we go. Something went wrong the first time I tried it. Option Delete applies the paint bucket tool to everything. All right, now I'm going to zoom back out. Zoom back out. My layers are not doing what I want them to because I didn't tell them how to do it yet. I'll put the dots in the background. And they're a bit too heavy for me, so I'm going to make that opacity much lighter. I just want it to be a nice texture. Okay, that's good enough for now. Now how about my goofy toothbrush guy? I just drag him out onto my composition, and I don't know if I said this already, but everything that I got here, I was really just trying to see how fast I can make this happen. So I made sure that when I was searching on my images in Adobe, I only selected things from the first page. I didn't even change pages. That's why I have this ridiculously silly toothbrush with this goofy face. Now, as you'll notice, this is a smart object now. I'm going to, you know what I'm going to do first? I'm going to make it bigger before I do any rasterizing. And just so you're aware, this document, it's tabloid size and it's at, I'm going to rasterize that layer. Now I can do whatever I want with these colors. It's tabloid size and it's 300 dpi. 300 dpi is what you want for print. Pixels per inch, use dots per inch, however you want to say it. All right, so now I'm going to select the wand tool. Now watch what I'm going to do here. I'm just going to start playing with the colors, but what I'm going to do, I selected this peach color of the toothbrush, and by clicking Shift Command J, I move it to the background. I'm doing this really fast. I'm not really trying to give you a demo on how to use Photoshop. I'm just showing you it can be done fast. And I'm moving this a little bit out. I want this to look like a kind of a messed up screen print. Okay, I'm going to do the same with the fists. Select the wand. Oopsie. I was on the wrong layer. Select the wand. Shift Command J moves it to a different layer. And I'm going to put that layer under the drawn lines. So now it's looking like the screen print that kind of missed a little, and I like that look. Next thing, wand that peach color, the brush itself. Shift Command J, move that under the lines. I'll move that. Okay, now I'm going to change the colors of this a little bit. Okay, this Shift Command J, or this, what are you talking about? I want this to be more of a bluish color, blue face, okay. And now I lock that in, and then when I clicked Option Delete, it makes it blue. The peach color that has no place in my world, I want this to be kind of, I'm gonna go kind of monochrome with this. So I'm gonna go with sort of a darker blue. Oops, I didn't select my lock tool. That's what happens when you don't select your lock tool. And the fists. I like those fists that color. It's almost a McHenry County orange. All right, now my text. Let's go bit by bit. And I'm going to shrink this later. So before I get out of here, I'm going to take all the layers of the toothbrush and I'm going to group them. So I shift selected them all, Command G puts them in a group. Make sure I name my group so I know what that is. Okay, now watch this. I'm going to make it smaller. Hold the Option key if you want the scale to remain the same. I'm just going to make this guy hang out right here for now. Okay, and you know what? I'm going to change my dots around. Watch this. Edit, transform, flip horizontal. Okay, so I just made my dots go flip around there. All right, now words. See how fast I can do this. Select all, copy, and then I'm going to paste that text into. Oh, and I don't know if I said this. I made sure that I spent as little time as possible on the gathering of my items. So I got my toothbrush, my background, and my text. I did all that within an hour. And of course, I cheated. I used ChatGPT on the text, so that made that go a lot faster. See that 6-point Helvetica? Let's make it much bigger. No, let's make it smaller. All right, that's good enough to start with. Now I'm just gonna separate everything up. My dog gets all crazy when I separate everything up. All right, so you see I'm not even doing anything funny with the text here. I'm just going fast. All right, so let's use a pretty impressive font here. So I haven't selected my fonts at all. It would have been good to have selected those before I started. But just for this demo, I'm going to go pretty simple. So let's go with Catalpa regular for that, and I'm going to go Catalpa ultra black for, what is that saying? There you go, ultra black here. Let's see if I can select the different Catalpas. No, interesting. All right, I'm gonna go Catalpa extra black for that guy. Where'd you go, Catalpa? There it is, boink. And I'm gonna make that big. All right, that's not dark enough. I'm selecting that. There's my color. Make that darker. I'm gonna stay in this funny bluish, tealish, bluish, whatever it is, color scheme. All right, I'm gonna keep this text. I'm gonna keep Helvetica, make it a tiny bit smaller. No, I like it big. Keep it big. All right. All right, and that should be darker. I'm gonna stay in the same family of colors. That. I don't know why I did that. Okay. All right, what to expect. Let's go back to my Catalpa regular. And let's make these the same color. Oops, I said oops, but it's exactly what I wanted. Wow. Okay, and what to expect to make that bigger. Let's go 36. Let's bring these bullets up. Little spaces after my dots. All right, so the point is we're just trying to get this joke out there, right? We're seeing how fast we can do this. And one of the point of the project for this class is probably different from what was being encouraged for the RESO project. The RESO project was showing you how to use these layers using the RESO printer. But this one, how do we just do a really fast project with, fast, really tight deadline, group project? You'll get this a lot in the workplace where some manager gets a bee in their bonnet and just wants something done fast. Okay, so this is all we're doing, just doing something fast, getting something out there, doing a design sprint. All right, I want to make this text a little smaller because and this is Helvetica, guys. I'm not trying to go too crazy. I'll make this last thing my Catalpa again. Candle. What's candle? How did candle come in there? I've been using candle. What is candal? What is that? Fine. I'm gonna go with it. I thought I was using Catalpa. You guys probably saw that from the beginning. You're just making fun of me for using the wrong font. I put this faux italics on there. I don't need that last smiles matter thing. All right, and that's it. I see that all right, I want to alter it a little bit. I want this to now fill up more of my vertical space. Actually, I can just bring this down a little bit. That's a bit high. And then let's just make this a bit taller. That made it shorter, which was the opposite of taller. Almost there. See, I'm using, I think that made it the exact same size it was before. All right, fine. Okay, so I'm going to, okay, that's good. I could keep messing with it, but that's pretty much it. If one of your teams came out with a poster like this, I think that would be absolutely fine. And like I said, I can keep messing with this all day, but instead, I just want it to be done, right? I want to make sure I can get out of class with my assignment ready to go. That's it, right? It's not the most pretty project in the world, but it's good for what we're looking for, right? We're just getting an announcement out there, and it's not like the folks who make the regular MCC announcements have a graphics department. They're just folks in an office printing stuff out. So this works. All right, let's go get them. Thanks for watching. Smash that like button and subscribe.